Ford revives hydrogen interest with E-Transit fuel cell trial. Ford last week announced that it started a research project that examines hydrogen as a potential energy source for its E-Transit commercial vans. The 3-year trial project, based in the UK, will look at whether it can deliver enhanced zero-emission driving range for E-Transit customers with energy-intensive use cases. The wording of that appears to suggest that the test might use hydrogen as a range extender for a battery electric van, but the company didn't clarify yet on the layout of the vehicle. According to Ford, a test fleet of 8 hydrogen fuel cell E-Transit vans will run for 6-month periods, with data looking at the cost of ownership with enhanced range and uptime that it says would match that of a diesel van. The work, partly funded by the UK's Advanced Propulsion Centre, will essentially see if the technology makes sense in Ford's heaviest commercial vans. While battery electric vans might make fine sense for last-mile delivery, Ford says that fuel cell tech could be useful for longer-distance transportation or heavy loads, or for cargo chilling needs or limited charging opportunities. The U.S. market E-Transit, with its 68 kWh battery pack, has an estimated epicycle range of 126 miles, assuming the van is moderately but not fully loaded. The automaker points out that its research on fuel cell technology goes back to the 1990s. In the US, it was one of the first companies to essentially abandon its hydrogen program in the mid-2000s, not long after showing a fuel cell-powered Ford Explorer prototype in 2006 amid a hydrogen boom that kept some companies very bullish on the technology until 2009 or so. Another such boom, fed partly by policy, may be underway, although many automakers have essentially said that fuel cell tech's window of opportunity has passed for light vehicles. A number of automakers see a future for it in heavier vehicles. Toyota and Honda, for instance, have recently broadened their fuel cell semi plans for the US. In Europe, Ford says that it's still involved in a number of hydrogen projects, including the use of hydrogen in internal combustion engine vehicles. Tim Slater, chair of Ford in Britain, said, Ford believes that the primary application of fuel cells could be in its largest, heaviest CVs to ensure they are emission-free, while satisfying the high daily energy requirements our customers demand. Ford has an unmatched history in the commercial vehicle sector with the indomitable Transit, and we are excited to be exploring new ways to make clean deliveries an option for even our hardest-working vans on the road. Integrating zero-carbon auto tech, Ford's hydrogen fuel cell E-Transit project with the APC will validate the vehicle's business case by linking Ford expertise as 57-year UK van market leader with fuel cell powertrain experts and fleet operators including Okada Retail. Other partners on the project are BP, capturing hydrogen usage and infrastructure requirements, Combustion, testing the fuel cell system, Veritech, designing hydrogen storage systems, and Signet TechSkim, providing the pressure vessel's carbon fiber tooling. Hydrogen fuel cells produce electricity by combining hydrogen from an onboard tank and oxygen, with the only resulting emissions being water. The system essentially uses the hydrogen tank as a gas battery to improve range and deliver faster charging than the solid batteries and mains connected chargers typically used by EVs. This may benefit operators with heavy-duty use cases including long-distance transportation, maximum loads, ancillary equipment such as chillers, and those with limited charging opportunities in the working shift. Ford has researched fuel cell technology since the 1990s, developing many prototypes, refining test fleet vehicles in partnership with customers, and in 2021 demonstrated an E-Transit fuel cell vehicle at the Cenex Low Carbon Vehicle Show. At a European level, Ford is still involved in a number of publicly funded projects that are also exploring the use of hydrogen technologies, both for use with internal combustion engine-powered vehicles and fuel cells. A test fleet of 8 hydrogen fuel cell Ford E-Transits will run for 6-month periods over the 3-year project to 2025. The test fleet data will provide insights into the total cost of owning and operating a large van with enhanced zero-emission range and uptime that matches a diesel-powered equivalent. The prototype Ford E-Transits will be fitted with a high-power fuel cell stack, in conjunction with significant hydrogen storage capability, optimized for safety, capacity, cost, and weight. An important project element will evaluate efficient and viable recycling for end-of-life components. The Hydrogen E-Transit project supports Ford's Road to Better sustainability commitment, evidencing how the company's European operations are set to be its first region to become carbon neutral by 2035. Ford has reduced emissions from its global manufacturing facilities by 40% since 2017. Ford's UK chairman Tim Slater said in a statement Ford believes that the primary application of fuel cells could be in its largest, heaviest commercial vehicles to ensure they are emission-free, while satisfying the high daily energy requirements our customers demand. Interest in using hydrogen fuel cells to power trucks and vans is getting a boost from fleet operators looking for a more practical alternative to electric vehicles and rising government aid, particularly the U.S. Inflation Reduction Act. While most of the world's combustion engine cars and short-distance vans and lorries should be replaced by battery electric vehicles over the next 2 decades, hydrogen fuel cell proponents and some long-haul fleet operators say batteries are too heavy, take too long to charge, and could overload power grids. Vehicles with hydrogen fuel cells, in which hydrogen mixes with oxygen to produce water and energy to power a battery, can refuel in minutes and have a much longer range than those with BEVs. But there are major challenges to be overcome for mass adoption of hydrogen fuel cells, including the lack of fueling stations and green hydrogen made using renewable energy to power them. The project is partially funded by the Advanced Propulsion Center, a government and auto industry venture. Integrating zero-emission auto tech. Ford's hydrogen fuel cell E-Transit project with the APC will validate the vehicle's business case by linking Ford expertise as 57-year UK van market leader with fuel cell powertrain experts and fleet operators including Ocado Retail. Other partners on the project are BP, capturing hydrogen usage and infrastructure requirements; Combustion, testing the fuel cell system; Veritech, designing hydrogen storage systems; and Signet Techskimp, providing the pressure vessel's carbon fiber tooling. Dagenham Vision. Ford imports transits, which are assembled in Turkey, via its own river jetty at Dagenham, part of the Thames Freeport Zone, which has received government go-ahead. This E-Transit fuel cell project supports Ford's strategic vision of creating low-volume assembly upfit capability for hydrogen vehicles, with upscaling potential, to add to workforce skills, and to develop the hydrogen economy. Trial vehicles will test current and future needs for the alternative fuel in the Thames estuary area. Ford Dagenham's location in the Freeport Zone, also served by Ford's own railhead and the adjacent A13/M25 road connections, has already attracted partners onto the estate such as MSRD. The Hydrogen E-Transit project supports Ford's Road to Better sustainability commitment, evidencing how its European operations are to be its first region globally to become carbon neutral by 2035. Ford has reduced emissions from global manufacturing facilities by 40% since 2017, including at Dagenham, where last year's energy efficiencies realized savings worth £11,500 a day.